our horse joins in. So let's go ahead. Let's do some nice relaxing breathing to start. So let's put a hand on the belly and a hand on the chest. Close your eyes. Deep breath into your belly, your rib cage, and then your chest. And then exhale from your chest. Pull your ribs together, pull your belly in. And perhaps close your eyes. Feel your feet grounded onto the earth. Nice deep breaths. So feel that earth below you. Feel the energy at the soles of your feet moving down into the earth, deep down. Imagine it going about 5 feet down into the earth. Feeling that nourishing energy, considered yin energy. Bounding back up from your feet, from the earth to your feet and into your body. Continue deep breathing into your belly. The belly, rib cage, chest. And exhale, reversing that. And if you'd like, at this moment, to set an intention. So what would you like to see the rest of your evening look like as it unfolds, or perhaps the rest of the week, or maybe even the rest of the month? And then set an intention based on that. It could be something as simple as I am safe, I am sound. Everything that comes to me brings me peace. And close your eyes. Continue just to breathe here for a moment while I look at this message on the screen. Okay. And exhale. Open your eyes. And let's go right into knocking on the door of life. So tapping the kidney area. Twisting from your waist and hips. As you tap that kidney area, circulating some chi and opening up the spine. And this will help with the neck and shoulders as well. Just keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your arms relaxed. Think of them like wet noodles. Tap, tap, back and forth. So look behind you. And then let's come up. Remember, this is a great point. This is a lung point. It's an immune system point. To keep that immune system supercharged. Little taps. And then slapping over the shoulder. Cup your hand and you can really get into that area. But this is great for opening up those lines of tension in the neck, shoulders. And then back around again. So this area around your waist is called the chi belt. So hands around the chi belt. And then just let it go, and let's go right into water waves. So one hand's in front and one's in back. There's a little coordination there. Balancing your emotions. So nice, smooth movements. Moving your hands through water. This is a nice movement to do anytime you are feeling like your emotions getting the better of you. So imagine you're pushing away anything that is not helpful. Remember that emotions are energy in motion, and you can change that, changing the state of your energy. Check in with your breathing. And then just relax your hands down. And let's take our arms and just grab your elbows and drop your chin down. Let's do some head circles. So big inhale and an exhale. Like holding onto your arms this way prevents your shoulders from rolling up. So hold on to those forearms, or a reverse prayer position behind you. Inhale and exhale. And remembering with Qigong, you can wear shoes or you can go barefoot. I think the preferred method is barefoot. I am wearing shoes because the leaves are a little spiky here in my yard. And go ahead and change direction. Inhale and exhale. Just notice where there's any holding or tension. As you exhale, imagine just letting that go. Don't push past it. And then just bring your head back up. And let's do some spinal cord breathing. And we're going to do the spinal cord breathing where we activate the cranial sacral pump as well. So it's a big inhale. And you're pulling your elbows back. At the same time, you're pulling your chin in. I may need to stop for a moment and move the horse. Sorry about that. Just keep on doing cranial. Okay, so it's inhale. Sorry, guys. Let's just pause for a moment while I move the horse.
Yeah, I knew she would be.
While I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, so just one moment.
Okay, come on, Bill. Come on.
Okay. I will try and edit that out of the recording. So inhale and exhale, rounding. So inhale, pull your chin back in. Make sure these shoulders aren't up. Pull your chin in. And as you exhale, tighten your behind, your pelvic area, tighten everything. And now you release that area. And now you pull your chin back here. And then I relax here. And that way tighten the whole pelvic area, the behind. So you have energy that moves up and down your spine from the cranium, the neck area, to the sacrum. And this provides a pumping action to get the fluids that move into our spine and provide nourishment to not only our spine, but our whole body. So this helps to pump that through us. So coming in, so think about pulling your chin in slightly. You're going to feel a little bit more length back here. And then I'm going to relax that. Now I'm tightening my behind and the whole pelvic area. And I'm releasing there and coming back. Do that a few more times. Big inhale here. Exhale, tightening. Inhale. And exhale one more time. And now let's come to the side. Big inhale to bring that chin in slightly. And exhale to the side. You may tighten if that's comfortable for you. Inhale, and then to the center. Tighten the behind. And inhale to the side. Exhale. Inhale. And to the center. Inhale. Working the lateral, the sides of your spine as well. And again, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And release. Down. And back up. And let's just do a nice big stretch up. One arm. And then the other. And hands come down. So let's bring our hands onto the shoulders. Take your elbows together and up and around. So bring your elbows together if you can, or as close as possible. And then elbows up, down, and around. Getting into the shoulder area. Big inhale here as you open up and exhale. And let's reverse it. Now, if you have any injury or anything going on, don't push past any pain. So if you feel sharp pain, then back off. It is not good to push past that. Good. Just release. Let's shake it off. A little bit of shaking. Letting go. What are you ready to let go of? Anything that keeps you from just being present in the moment. There's always something or many things to be grateful for if we just shift our perspective. So, what are you grateful for in this moment, in this day? And gratitude is the best antidote for feeling anxious or fearful. Now, listening to the news in this time of the world that we're in can, easily trigger those feelings. So just letting them go. Shake a little faster. And slow it down. Good. I'm just going to check in and notice how you're feeling right now. Perhaps you feel a little bit more present after practicing for a few minutes. So we're going to do a few movements in particular that work with our joints. So let's take our hands and let's clasp them together and just do some circles, getting into the wrist joint. So for those of you who use your hands a lot, most of us do in some form or fashion. And then changing the circle to the other direction. One direction is going to feel a little bit more awkward than the other. That's okay. And then just take your wrists out and shake them. Shake your hands out. Again, getting into the wrists and the other direction, so hands coming towards you. And then let's tap the inside of the wrists. tap the other side. And then just let your hands relax down for a moment. So you start to feel that energy moving down into your wrists and hands. Anytime you have any issues with your wrists or your hands, this is a great little routine. Just quickly do your hand movements, your wrist movements, and you start to get that flow into the hands and removing any stagnation in your wrist that impedes that flow of energy and blood. So let's do a little bit with the elbows now. So you're going to take your hand right here and you're going to just rotate around. Very simple movement. And you're touching around your elbow. There's all kinds of acupressure points or key points, key energy points around the wrist. So really grab onto that wrist to work it. And then let's reverse it so the hand comes in and around. And then let's do the other side. So grabbing that elbow, coming around. So you're moving with your left hand, you're just moving it around that right elbow. And then changing direction. Getting into that elbow joint. There's all kinds of key points around the elbows. And pick it up for a moment. Let's go in to the shoulders. So we're going to take our legs and you're going to take your left leg and it's pointing out to the side slightly and take your right hand and just bring it down and shake it out. The left is just gently resting on your knee, shaking this out, and then coming back and around. Shake it out, up and down. Big rotations. Rounding it, and then up, and then shake it again, and then let's reverse it. So coming up and around. Now, if that bothers your shoulder area, so just make your circles smaller. Shake it out again, and back up and around to the other side. First taking that left hand and just shaking it out. And then imagine somebody pulling your elbow back with the hook and around. So I'm bending forward and I'm coming back up. My legs are involved as well. Coming down and up. And make the movement smaller if that bothers you at all. Are you breathing? So big inhale here and exhale. And then let's just reverse it for a moment. So coming down and up. And we'll shake it out at the end. And up, and then just shake it out. And come back to center. Bring your hands up. Stretch up. Take your hands. Imagine your hands are like claws. So we're going to do a movement called tiger claws. We're going to come all the way down and up. So shoulders, low back, hips. Exhale through your mouth, releasing down to the earth, whatever you don't need. So getting into our hips and low back. If this bothers your knees, try to take your weight back into your heels a little bit more. Or just don't bend down as far. Big inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing any stiffness, tightness, pain, mental rigidity down to the earth. Big reach up. Exhaling out your mouth. Let's do that one more time. And coming back up. Let's go into our hips a little bit more. So let's do some big circles. Getting into the hip joints. Nice big circles. So more from your hips than your upper body. Sometimes I see people doing this. It's not your upper body. Think about your hips. You had a hula hoop. Nice big movements. And then let's reverse it. A simple way to get into the hips. You've been sitting for a long time, sitting in front of your computer, watching Netflix, whatever it is, get up and move your hips. Circles, keep this whole area loose and moving. Relax your hands down too if you'd like. And then let's make the movement a lot smaller. So when you make the movement really small, you really get into that sacrum area where if you ever get achy right in here. So you're going to, same movement, but just really tiny. So imagine with your tailbone, you're drawing a little circle right underneath you. It's a real tiny movement. Pulling up, side to the back, side. Very small movements. Very effective in helping to release any tension in that sacrum area. And then let's reverse that. So you're pulling up with your core muscles, with your ab below your belly as you come to the front. Check and make sure you're breathing. And then just release it. Let's go down to the knees. So first let's tap the outside of our knees and the backs of your knees, the sides of your knees, the inside, and then around the kneecaps, just sending circulation into your knees. And then you're going to, let's see if I remember this one. Take your knees. You might not be doing that. Let's just knock our knees a little bit more. And the outside of your calves, all kinds of key energy points there as well. So there's acupuncture points behind your knees that if your low back is hurting you, that will help to relieve them. And somebody was, so just a little slap down your legs, sending energy down the sides. And somebody was mentioning earlier at the start of class, shoulder pain. So right around the pinky and the outside, there's some points there, some acupuncture key energy points that you could grab this area, just squeeze it a bit, and that can help to alleviate shoulder pain. Might find it a little tender. Do both sides. And then let's do a little bit more for the joints. So This movement is also great for balance. You're going to go take your left leg across, up, and down. Other side, up and down. Across, up, down. If you're home and you are losing your balance a little bit, if you can grab onto a piece of furniture or use the wall. I'm on a little bit of uneven ground here. Across, up and down, keeping that blood flow to your hips. And I'm swatting at flies. You don't need to make that same movement. A couple more times. Up and down. Balance, and you can use your core. So pull in a bit, and that'll help you to stabilize you. Good. And let's do a little bit for the ankles. So with the ankles, let's take our hands out. You can come onto your toes and just do little circles. Or if you have good balance, you can bring your foot up. That takes a lot of strength in your right leg. You're gonna do circles. Watch that your shoulders don't roll up. And circle the other direction. So we're strengthening as well here. And bring that foot down. Relax for a moment, shake it out for a moment. And now other leg. Remember, you could come onto your toe and do it like this. Or come up, circling with the ankle. Keep your core nice and strong, and that'll help you with your balance. For those of you that need to work on balance, these poses where you bring one leg up, really excellent for that. I would say to do that as frequently as possible so you can do this easily. And coming back down. Let's do a little bit more now. We've kind of done a little bit up and down. Let's do a little bit more for the neck and shoulder area. So let's take the hands out, in, around. Your palm is facing towards me, working the inner lines of energy in your body. That's the yin lines. Again, now your hips come back, coming in and out. And I'm pulling my arms back a little bit. So I really feel that line of energy opening up. Around and back. Let's do that one more time. Hips coming back. Now you're going to take your head over to the right, the ear to the shoulder, not shoulder to the ear. Bring your shoulders down, correct yourself. And let's just do that. Roll the head back and forward. Only go as far back as is comfortable for you. One more time. And now drop your head to your chest and come around to the other side. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Couple more times. And exhaling, drop your head, relax your arms for a moment, and then roll back up. Now this time you're going to take your arms, you're forming a big ball, and then just back. So the backs of your hands are facing forward. Stretching out, imagine somebody pulling on your fingers, pulling them down towards the earth. And again, head over to the right. This time, just take your chin down to face towards your toes and little circles with your chin. Either direction is fine. Keep those shoulders down. A little massage for the opposite side of your neck. And then switch direction. And now just relax your ear towards your shoulder and take that right hand up now and over to the opposite ear, and then just gently encourage your head down a little more, all the while stretching out through your right fingertips. So this should not be painful. It should feel good. Good. Nice, deep traction stretch. Now go ahead and take that hand to the other side, and I like to bring this hand up too. And let your hands do the work. Try and keep your neck relaxed. Head comes back up. Good. Now hands come back out again. Back your hands facing forward. Drop your head to the other side. And drop it down. And let's do those little circles. Notice the difference between the two sides. And switch direction. And with your breath. Now just gently rotate your head so your ear is towards your shoulder. That right arm comes up and around, and just gently encouraging the side down. So you might notice a difference in each side. I know for me, I have some shoulder issues going on, so that's harder for me on this side. So I'm not gonna pull it and make it go that way. So listen to your body. Don't let your ego take over. Just be gentle with yourself. And then go ahead and bring that hand to the opposite ear, other hand up, and just using your hands to lift your head up. Now take your thumbs on that occipital ridge, that bony area by your skull, and just give yourself a little massage. Just sticking your thumbs into this area and just doing little circles. It should feel good. Releasing any tension in your neck area, and work it down a little bit as far as your thumbs can go, and back up again and out to the sides, closer to your ears, and then just release your hands down, letting them go. Shoulders up and back a few times. And then just standing still for a moment and noticing that flow of qi in your body as it increases. So working again with the joints, one of the great movements for working with the joints is arm spirals or teacups. If you've done class with me before, you've probably done that. So my dog Chi is telling me that it's dinner time. They'll have to wait. So you're gonna relax your right hand, left hand comes up, bring it in, and as you bring it in, your hip goes out to the side, back behind you, circle, up, and around. Start to move your hips too. So my arm is pulling back. I'm doing a circle behind me with the palm up, and now I'm coming up above, working with all the joints of your body, especially if you really get that lower body moving as well. So activating energy in your joints, helping to stimulate that synovial fluid. This is the fluid that surrounds the joints. We want to get that our joints to be silky smooth. We want those fluids to be moving around those areas, providing that nice cushion. It's like a gel. Up and around. Inhale, exhale. Again, being mindful. So if something doesn't feel right, make your movements a little smaller. Never pushing through something just to say you completed it. Being in the present moment. So remembering that your body is always present in the moment. It's our mind that jumps around to the past, to the future. And if we're in the moment with our body, it's a lot easier to catch ourselves if we are pushing through pain or holding our body in a way that is creating discomfort. Coming back. So teacups, transfer your cup to the other hand. So you're using your right hand now. Palm is up, you're holding your tea or your beverage of choice. So hot out, maybe it's iced tea. And coming in, let's come back. You see I'm circling around. I'm doing a diagonal up by my face and circling above. The back, around, and up. Exhale and inhale. So this does feel a little awkward right here, but that's the feeling you want to have. You want to feel like you're stretching the outside of your shoulder right there. But it's not a position that we normally find ourselves in, so that's why it feels a little awkward. Inhale, exhale. Just rolling with the movement, moving your hips. The whole body is moving in this spiraling movement. You're breathing at the same time. Helping our joints to become silky smooth. Let's do it one more time. Good. Just shake it out for a moment. Let's go ahead and do a movement called Tiger Claw. So now we're moving into more working with releasing some emotions that you don't need to be holding on to. So your back, your hands come together. And now you're going to bring your right hand in front and the left behind as you shift and look over to the side. Hands are like claws and pulling down. And now coming back to center, back of the hands. So imagine that the back hand represents things from the past, your past. The front hand represents the future, your thoughts about the future. So what we're doing here is breaking down to the earth anything from the past that we continue to hold on to that really can create a heaviness within us. And it's time to let go of. Turning that into wisdom, lessons learned for yourself, or that you can share with others. So pulling that down. And the front arm can represent, sometimes we can get, usually anxiety is not about something that happened in the past, it's about the future. So releasing any anxiety or worry, or obsession about what's going to happen. Being here right now. Right now, you're feeling healthy, or you're working on feeling healthy. Right in this moment. In the moment, as you're going through this movement, to repeat your intention to yourself. And a few more times. Actually, so right now, let's just, you had your hands like claws, now just let them relax, kind of floaty down. Bringing in more of that flowing energy. So hands are really relaxed. Letting them float on down. Floating down. Floating down. And then just coming to center. And hands come up and down, going down the heavens. Sending in inspiration, intuition from the heavens above, and from the earth below, pulling in that nourishing, calming, sweet energy. And then let's just relax the hands out to the sides and move into flying. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And exhale. Letting your hands simply float up and float down. Exhale down. Nice and slow and easy. To slow it down a little bit, see if you can catch that little current of chi. Feel as if your hands are just floating in water. Up and down. See if you could feel that chi ball between your hands. Let's do a move, the microcosmic orbit, where we start to circulate that chi within us more. You take your arms back and then pushing down like a waterfall. So now I'm bringing my elbows back. I'm pulling energy up my spine and then back down the front of my body. Coming up is actually water wheel, working with that microcosmic orbit within us, that little universe within us. Big universe within us. And exhaling down. Big inhale. Visualize that energy moving all the way down the front of your body and all the channels in the front of your body and back up the back. So this particular movement assists in balancing the yin and yang in your body, or yin and yang. Yin energy being more of that nourishing, soft, feminine, receptive energy, and the yang energy being more of that active, masculine, making things happen energy. That driven, motivated energy. We want both. So balancing the two within us. The front of our body is considered the yin side of our body, and the back of the body is the yang side. In and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And exhale. Floating on down. And holding that chi ball again. Taking that energy that you feel in your hands and pulling it in towards your belly and arms. Come around, back of your hands together, and then just pulling in. So rounding here, around your shoulders. You'll feel that stretch, your shoulder blade area, and then straightening your back as you're pulling energy into around your belly area. Around and back. Rounding and then pulling in. So that chi, that life force is not only within us, it's all around us. And we can really feel it when we're outside in nature in particular. So touching into that. I recommend, if you can, the weather permits and you can leave your house, get outside or sit outside on your patio. Spend some time outside every day. Very, very balancing to our nervous system to be out in nature, especially if we can be barefoot in nature. Taking your shoes off and feeling the earth below you. You don't have sticky leaves like I do right here. A couple more. Rounding and then pulling back. And pulling back. And then just feeling again that chi ball. Let's do a version of pebble in the pond. You're taking your right hand and you're going to bring it out to a diagonal, out and around. Imagine you're smoothing the earth and then back. And the right hand now, out and around and back. Very simple movement. It's circular. Imagine that you are making a circle in front of you. Out and back. Just a nice simple movement. Nice simple flowing movement. And then back. Feeling that chi ball. And let's do moon over the lake. Another very nourishing pose that relaxes that yin energy. So in the summers, you can imagine with the sun being out so much of our 24-hour cycle, that more of that active energy is present. So we want to balance it with that yin energy, that nourishment, deep nourishment. So take your legs nice and wide, and you're going to take your arms out to the sides and just float them up. Remember that beautiful full moon we had just a few days ago. Up, and you're twisting to the side a little bit, coming back down. And now your hands are just moving over a beautiful lake and like mist rising up from the water. You're floating up, around, and down. Nice and slow, moon over the lake. And to float up. So not moving them quickly and mechanically. Nice and slow and gentle. Inhale. Exhale. Float up. You'll notice I have a little bend to my elbows. So you want to let that energy move through you. You don't want big straight lines and angles. The energy of nature is more circular and spiral in nature, and we want to emulate that, because since we mirror nature, we can become in harmony with nature around us, and we are going to be more balanced emotionally, physically, and spiritually in terms of our connection to something bigger than ourselves. Whatever it is that is for you. Floating up and back down. And again. Inhaling up, exhaling down, and then we're going to just shift to the other side. Big inhale and exhale, bending the knees, coming across the water, hands coming up, rising like mist, back around. Let's think about slowing it down even more. So again, when we bring in that yin, nourishing energy, it's very soothing to our psyche. And that is with it. And then just coming back up to center, feeling that chi between your hands. That life force energy that we feel between our hands is also within our body, surrounding our body, all around us. So we're accessing it more through these very magical movements. Let's just play with that chi ball a little bit. So just back and forth. And let's shift our weight side to side. Play with that chi ball. Keeping your palms so they're facing towards each other. Enhance that energy flow. Shift side a little bit and up to the side. Check in with your breath. And just for a few more minutes, keep your attention here in class on your movements and on your body. And again, back to center. Feeling that energy. Let's surround ourselves with it and bring it on down. Big inhale and exhale. Open up possibilities and exhale. And then bring your hands out to the sides, a big open and coming together. Little work with our lung meridian. Changing, shifting feelings like sadness, lethargy and depression into courage and confidence and inspiration by working with the lungs. So big inhale. And exhale. Let's make a little sound. So as you exhale, we're going to make the S sound for the lungs. So inhale. Exhale. Bring your thumb and your first finger together. And again, thumb and first finger. Open up to life. Last time. And just pull your hands back down again. Let's take the left hand out and up for centering. So pulling in any energy that you need in your life. You don't have to think about it, use your brain to think, well, what is that energy? Your body has an innate intelligence and it will just fill in whatever areas need to be filled in with this chi that you felt earlier between your hands. So gathering it and bringing it down through your mind, through your heart, through your body. Just breathing through your nose. Floating up and down through the center. Again, last time. Up and down through the center. You go ahead and interlace your hands, or your hands over your belly. You can bring your feet together here. Little bend to the knees and relax your hips for bamboo in the wind. So you're just going to let yourself rock and sway. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Bamboo gently swaying in the breeze. Aligning all that life force energy to move through your system. Take a moment here with your hands over your dantian, your physical energy center, to plant a seed of health and wellness. So whatever you're seeking as far as physical health goes, plant that seed right here. Just repeat that to yourself. For example, my shoulders are smooth and supple. Whatever it is that you're working with. Bring your hands to your heart, just gently over that heart region. And repeat to yourself something that you are grateful for today, however big or small. And then take your hands and just hold them. You don't have to touch your head. And bring that life force energy into your mind. Take a moment here to repeat that initial intention you said at the beginning of class. Relax your hands down. Inhale. And exhale all the way through those energy centers. Hands to your heart. That position. Thank you so much for practicing.